Yo, people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for London Club's Carnage. Of course, as always, right back with you on a Monday. Tottenham fans already pissed off. He's like, you know, I'm not even going to be here for this.
That's symbolic right there. That is symbolic. That empty chair.
You wish that chair was empty. My God. Everybody's collecting their dubs on this Monday morning, apart from one. Mine is very fortuitous. I'm not going to be shameless about it. It's very, very lucky, but I'll take it regardless. Lawless, how are you doing? Scamacca, Bowen, finally, football starts now for you.
You know what? The sun's shining a bit brighter. The air's smelling a bit fresher. It's a wonderful day. It's a wonderful day. Listen, 3 points, 2 goals. I was spoiled. We scored 2 goals, but my guy Scamacca, we're going to talk about him. Oh, things could be looking up, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But I'm looking forward to getting into this episode for sure, mate. A lot to talk about.
Tobs. Tough weekend, man. Tough weekend for all Tottenham fans. You man have been literally hounded and hassled all weekend. How you feeling? You good?
Yeah, man. The game is the game, man. It is what it is. We know what it is when it comes to Northampton derby. I won't hide from it, unlike certain Arsenal fans, not Potts, but I won't hide from it. Certain man, they go missing when their team crumbled at the end of last season. They're giving me so much vim, and random people that I don't know saying, "Oh, don't duck the smoke." Brother, I don't know you. Stop telling me to not duck smoke. I don't know you. I don't know you.
They feel like they do.
But you know what? To be fair, it's all part and parcel. Like, so, like, it is what it is. Like, it's banned in the end of the day. So yeah, they're right. Don't duck the smoke. I won't duck the smoke. It is what it is, man.
And Potts. You're the winner of this weekend, I guess, with that derby. How are you feeling, man? Must be buzzing.
It was beautiful, my friend. It was beautiful. Great weekend of football for me. Really enjoyable. Beautiful sunshine. Nice early kickoff. Could relax for the rest of the day and the weekend and enjoy the football. And yeah, man. Listen, Tobes, to be fair to him, didn't come with a lot of chest, but some of those Tottenham fans did. And I don't know why. Like, why come with chest? Like, I never come with chest when we go to their place because we never beat them. Like, I say never. Since 2014, we haven't beat them. So why would I come with a load of chest? Like, Tobes, to be fair to him, said, "No, draw, yeah." But you could see when he said draw, he was like, "I'm kind of hoping, not believing, but I'll go draw." Because he knows it's a hard place to come and get 3 points, man. So when you look at it, it was we'll get into the game, I'm sure. But some of these Tottenham fans just need to calm it down a little bit. Some of them are like way over the top with it, man. Keep it real. Keep it real. That's all I'm saying.
I'm disappointed in myself that I went with a draw in my prediction. I really am, because the writing's always on the wall. I'm not paying attention, and it's funny because I know Tottenham haven't been brilliant this season in the way that they've been playing, and I know that they have got away with quite a few results. But I thought, you know,
I don't know, quite a few. I'd say a few, not quite a few.
Quite a few. I mean, quite a couple. And
we'll get onto you as well when you talk about getting away with results. Don't just wait.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's not easy for you, isn't it? You put your twin on public, right? You came out all guns blazing with a new series with your twin, and it was beautiful.
That's what I have to say, because it's so funny how some people can be the biggest hypocrites. Just wait until we get.
You're saying I'm a hypocrite, but I'm going to start my process. I don't know about you. I'm just saying, like, you man have had this one coming. I can't lie. You've been getting away with some results, and you've been telling me that, oh, you know, everybody's just going to click into gear soon, everybody's going to get better, and watch when we, you know, start playing well, and then look how we'll be winning then. And this hasn't been sustainable. You guys were due a little bit of a loss. I'm not going to lie. The Sporting one wasn't enough for me. Chelsea, you got away with it. You got dominated in that game, and now it's nice to see that you man actually really got what you deserve, which was a defeat, an L to your name. I mean, how do you see it? Are you happy with the performances? Because I know I saw you put up a little question on your Instagram story saying, you know, where would this team be without Conte?
No. I asked for the people who want Conte gone.
Oh,
where do you think this team should be without Conte? And who do you think is responsible? Who do you think would be best placed to deliver that? That's
Who wants Conte? Who wants Conte gone?
Quite a few people.
Deluded.
This is
Deluded.
Quite a few people.
They
and
are.
And that's what I'm saying. It's
What, because they want him gone now because he's lost the North London derby. Are they?
no, they want him gone. They want him gone because the football's been poor this season.
Right.
And,
What were they expecting? This is Conte. What were they expecting? Pep Guardiola.
But Tobs said this isn't Conte, and that's an unfair narrative.
It's not. Come on, like it's not this bad. Do you get what I'm saying? Like we actually can play better, and we have played better. So they're only expecting what we've seen under Conte with a squad that on paper wasn't as good as the squad that we've got now. So I think Spurs fans definitely have a right to feel aggrieved. If you don't like the football, you definitely have a right to be aggrieved by that based on the performances you've seen this season. But I think it is pure lunacy to want Antonio Conte sacked.
Facts.
It is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Spurs are third. I know the performance
is funny though,
great, but third. Spurs are third. Yes, okay. Even if you believe that the performances currently aren't sustainable, which is a fair point to make. Yeah, the team has still found a way to win. They're third in the table.
That's modern football, though, man.
They got top four last season. I'm like, only 4 months ago, you were singing Arsenal get battered everywhere they go, and who helped you deliver that battering? And now you're telling me that he should go.
Deluded.
Like, and I think that's where we need to. I think that's where some fans need to be able to distinguish between criticizing a manager and just being pure, like a plain idiot. I'm sorry, like I hate to use that word, but like I think it is idiotic at this stage of the season for you to say that you want Conte sacked. It is mental to me. Because it tells me that you don't believe that he can get the team playing the way that you've seen them play last season, and you don't believe that he's going to find a solution to some of the problems that he's facing.
Maybe they want Pochettino back, man. Maybe they want Pochettino
you lot
back.
had high expectations coming into the season.
We still do.
Conte, the window. I think you've been a bit shell shocked. I think reality's hit you. You're not as good as you think you are. We're 8 games in now, and we're just not convinced. That undefeated title, you can't hide behind that anymore. Oh, we haven't been beaten, we haven't lost. That's out the window. And I think now that's gone, like I said, reality's hitting. It's like, damn, maybe we're not as good as we thought. And all these results start playing in your mind.
But you know what? It's funny you mentioned this though, because it's like, what level were some of the fans you're speaking to put Spurs at? Like Spurs, as far as I'm aware, have always been and will still be in a top 3, top 4 race this season. I think
that some of them want second. Some of them want second behind City.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. The team is not good enough to finish second.
Anybody could finish second though with the way Liverpool are playing.
Maybe, yeah. It's open.
Maybe.
No, you know what? Maybe, but
it's just not something that people should be talking about. As this is the expectation.
For me, it can't be an expectation right now. It just can't. So that's why I'm a bit confused, and I don't get why it's so toxic so soon. Like, and I'm not saying it's toxic across the board. I'm not painting every single Spurs fan with the same brush. I'm just saying that I've seen on socials people asking for this guy to be sacked, and it's mad to me. It's absolutely mad.
Insane.
It is
Ryan
insane.
Mason back in charge.
I understand. I understand some of the frustration. Go on, sorry, go on.
Can I ask, because a lot of people felt like the Emerson Royale moment changed the game. How do you feel about that? No,
it did change the game as a contest, but it didn't change. It didn't change the performance. Yeah, it changed the game as a contest. Once he got sent off, that game was an exhibition match for Arsenal. It's a fact. It became it stopped being a game of football and it became an exhibition match for Arsenal. How many goals can you put past your rivals? But it's not the reason why Spurs lost the match. So I don't believe that the red card is what won Arsenal the game. No, It's
We
not.
had it last season with Holding when he got sent off, and everyone went, "Oh, that changed the game." But Spurs were already better than us. Similarly to how Arsenal were better at the weekend. I don't think the sending off meant that Arsenal won the game, and I don't think that Holding getting sent off last season, or well, only a few months ago
Before
in
the
May,
red,
was the
though,
reason Tottenham won.
I still felt like Spurs offered some sort of threat, even on the counter. Like there was the opportunity.
Of course.
And I was watching it with Arsenal fans who were absolutely shitting themselves, throughout the game, and it was just tense. Obviously it's a North London derby, but every now and then Spurs offered some sort of threat. Whether it was on the counter, got themselves into good opportunities, wasted chances, and once Royale got sent off, it just felt like game over. Like there's no chance. You don't believe that the momentum could shift anything, and even Conte knew it. Conte knew it was game over from then.
But do you not think though, Tobs?
I've got
to ask.
Similar to the reverse, isn't it?
I've got to ask you with Conte on this, because what I think of Conte, right? I think he's quality, and I think he's elite. He's quality. Yeah. But when you become so stubborn and you are reluctant not to play Emerson Royale, for me, I don't know what this guy's done to deserve a first team chance in every single game whatsoever. Now, some Tottenham fans I spoke to say he's got better. Okay, if you believe he's got better, that's fine.
He has got better.
Yeah, but it still ain't good enough. So
spent over $1 million to get better.
Yeah, so it still ain't good enough. So
you hit the goal box.
I just feel. Go on. So there's a couple. For me, there was a couple of players that I thought looked off of it right at Tottenham. I don't think as a team you look shambolic, but there were certainly players I thought that's not a typical performance of you this season. Højbjerg, for example, I think he's been wicked for you guys. I can't lie. I don't think he played very well.
Okay. I thought he was okay.
Okay,
I thought he was probably one of the. I thought he was one of the few players that actually did what he was asked to do. Like
the third goal, man. You can't be doing that. You can't be walking back. You've got to go back and show some intensity, man. Like him and Bentancur. Look at that midfield performance for that goal. Is the game done? Like, what are you doing? Like, Hugo Lloris, I like him. I've actually stuck up for Lloris for the last couple of seasons where Arsenal fans have said he's shocking. I actually have. But he, for that goal, has to be blamed. Wow, I'm sorry, that was poor.
It's a fucking howler.
Romero's found himself in a position where he's like, wow, I'm now in the way. Lloris, what are you doing to me? And then for the Xhaka goal, like Romero, I don't quite know what he's doing with Martinelli there. I don't know if he's trying to foul him or what, but Martinelli just... It was just poor.
It's a straight red as well. It's not even a conversation. I saw people asking, "Is that even a straight red?" You can't go.
You know what? I don't think that's a red.
Let's talk about the third goal. Let's chill on the red for now. Okay. So we'll get onto the red here. But like for me, the first half, Arsenal started off really well. Scored a great goal from Thomas Partey. And
no one's expecting that, bro. Trust me, they normally go over the bar, man.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, it'll fly in against us. What a surprise! The guy takes 1 trillion shots, and neither of them fly in. But yet, the 2 long-range shots or shots outside the box he scored in the last couple of months, one has come against Nigeria, and the other one's come against flipping Spurs. Good twat. Fucking idiot, man.
Not your favorite, then.
But anyway, I don't like Bun Party anyway. But yeah, but. The thing is, with Arsenal, like they were the better side up until about minute 30, and I felt after minute 30 we became the better side. To Lawless's point, I felt like Conte's game plan, the much maligned game plan that a lot of our fans don't like, it started bearing fruit. The only thing that was missing was the final execution, and I do hear what people say about it being perfect. My friend sent me an article about that this morning and was basically emphasizing how, like, when we set up with this in this way, our players have to be perfect. And you know what, I was arguing it initially, but I think he's right. But I also think there's justification for why he sets up this way, because if you can make these passes, you can hurt teams. Arsenal were when we before the penalty, one of those breakaways led to that opportunity to get a penalty. Yeah, we broke. Son gets the ball. He burst past Thomas Partey. Easy pass. The easiest pass that you'll probably have to make all game into Richarlison, and he drags it wide and drags Richarlison wide. And it's like, oh.
Won him a penalty, though, at least.
Yeah, he won him a penalty, but I think it was daft play from Xhaka
It was
and
shocking.
Gabriel. More so from Xhaka, who had a great game, but very, very daft play from him. He just needs to just clear your lines. Like, you're just faffing about in the box, clear your lines. And then after that, it happened again. And it happened again. And it happened again. At least 3-4 more times where we were able to actually start winning the ball back in the midfield. Your midfielders, your press wasn't as sharp as it was in the first 30 in the opening 34 minutes. We were actually starting to start playing out from the back, and we were able to manufacture situations where the final pass was lacking. If the final pass was more accurate, then we could have got more shots at goal and more chances. But moving on to the second half now, Arsenal, Arteta's whatever team talk Arteta gave at halftime, it must have worked, because even before the red card, as I said, up until the red card, we were second best in that second half. We didn't really lay a glove on Arsenal. We didn't really counter attack, apart from the one opening again. Harry Kane, fantastic pass. One opening, Romero, square it to Son. Just square it to Son.
Yeah,
and Son has a one-on-one and goal, and it's like, bruv. And this is why I'm like, I get that Conte needs to flex. He definitely needs to flex. At some of these matches, we need to come out a little bit more. When your low block approach isn't working, try something different. But then at the same time, you can't then tell me that there's no justification for this guy setting up this way when it's actually got positive results in the past. I think it's a bit of both. There needs to be a give.
You sound like a Chelsea fan.
No, I don't sound like a Chelsea fan, because I've literally just said he has to change. He has to change. When we were 2-1 down, Arsenal have gone 2-1 down. Yeah.
So yeah, this is very interesting. So this is like a very, it's not the most sexy football, but it's productive, it's working, it's strategic.
No, but it's not. But that's what I just said. It's not working. When it's not working, change it. You have the ability to change it. You have players to change it. You have personnel to go into a 3-man midfield. If like, I think in the Liverpool and Man City game, and I'll stop talking after this. The Liverpool Man City games where we got a draw and a draw and a win respectively. Yeah, we scored first in those games, but before we scored first, we were able to actually limit the opposition's the number of openings the opposition had. Yeah, at our goal. At Arsenal, we weren't able to do that. Arsenal were routinely getting into promising positions. I know that in the first half, like, we still did well to sort of recover ourselves into the game, but it wasn't a comfortable match for us. Like, it wasn't a case of, oh, Arsenal are toiling away at their own peril here. Like, it felt as if like they could score. And that's the issue. When you're playing a low block and it feels like the opposition can score, then effectively your low block is rendered null and void. It's not working, right? Yeah. And when you're 2-1 down and your low block isn't working, you need to try something different. You need to come out a little bit more. You need to start trying to put some pressure on the opposition when they have the ball. You need to try and change your tactic. You need to try and do something else. To try
is he limited with the lack of playmaker that you guys were asking for, maybe to make that quick, serious change from?
No. I do think obviously not having Kulusevski was a blow in terms of the playmaking element, because outside of Harry Kane, he's our next most creative attacker. So not having him was a blow, but again, you can't really use that as an excuse. I think if he plays a 3-man midfield, yeah, you have the super in there who has literally played in the stadium and shackled the opposition whilst imposing.
And Spencer's played against Arsenal in the cup and played very well as well.
Arsenal, exactly. So like, there's solutions that Antonio Conte can take to try and make changes. At least try it first. Try it. Don't just be wedded to your one way, your one philosophy, your one approach to the wheels fall off.
I mean, Pottsborough, from an Arsenal perspective, there's just so many positives. Saliba at times, I felt was defending on his own. Gabriel had a shaky moment with that penalty, and I think he's had a few shaky moments this season, Old Trafford and whatnot as well. But Saliba's just been class. Xhaka, I mean, talk to me about Xhaka in particular, because we've done more than enough Saliba prop, Jesus prop, and I'm sure even after you can wax lyrical, but Xhaka is such a mysterious case, bro. What has happened to this guy? I know he's been given an extra holding midfielder in Party, but this brother is on something else.
Best player this season for me. Better than Jesus, better than Saliba. Unbelievably consistent. And people don't like to say it because it's Xhaka. And I get that, really, because everyone knows he's not my favourite player. New position, manager has a hell of a lot of credit. When Granit Xhaka plays as a holding midfielder and there's a mistake, everyone looks at him. The errors leading to goal, the mistakes, the discipline, the passes that go inaccurately, the red cards, everybody can talk about that. But we haven't seen that for a long time. And when I look at this Granit Xhaka, I see him doing everything that's good in the forward positions. Yeah, he gets back and he's still got the box-to-box midfield number 8 that we all like. But everything that I've seen from this guy has been superb and it's been going forward. It's actually been creative. He's actually been, for me, I think, one of the players that people are now looking at with confidence. I've never said that before about this guy. He's been here for 6. This is his 7th season. This is the only season that I have rated him that highly. He's had a good couple of years, to be fair, under Mikel Arteta, but he hasn't been outstanding. This has been an outstanding season for him so far, 8 games in. So, yeah, I think there's definitely a help from Thomas Partey and Martin Ødegaard. I think the 3 of them are the best that we've got in that midfield 3. And a lot of Arsenal fans now have forgiven him for the last couple of years because the only way you can do that and try to win the fans back is put performances in like this. If he's going to continue to play like this, then who are we all to sit there and start bringing up the past, which was now 3 seasons ago under a different regime and a different manager? I will always find it hard because I'm a little bit old school. I don't like people who throw shirts on the floor, throw the armbands on the floor, disrespect the club and tell the fans to F off. But what I will say is that if you actually have
That's a lot.
Exactly. And it is a lot. And that's why I'll always find it hard, Matisse, you know what I'm saying? But when I get to the stage of these performances, I can't say that he's not been class. Saliba, Lawless won't have it. I don't know how many more games he needs to play, but
he's quality. He is quality.
Unreal quality, mate.
He's
Unreal quality.
Mental.
I'm sorry. I don't know what more we need to do to try and say when this guy deserves to
Kehrer
get his
is
flowers.
better. Kehrer better.
Kehrer would get in the team because he's an international, apparently. Yeah. And Zuma.
Dominated England the other day.
Kehrer and Zuma.
The lady behind the desk at the job center or something. Who the fuck is Kehrer from?
Listen, this is going to get clipped up when you fucking pockets your players next time.
Okay.
Mate, we just played you and beat you, mate. We ain't seen you for a hot minute. What are you talking about? Players and
listen, listen, let's not talk about dodgy wins again, yeah?
I don't care.
We will.
Yeah, I wouldn't be bringing up other.
Listen, I don't care because when Tobs came to the bridge and he got his 2-2, he was shameless, bro. So I'm good. I don't care.
At least I can admit some rubbery there. So
listen,
we'll get on to you in a second.
Let's not deflect of our great performance first. Let's get to you guys afterwards. But in all seriousness, man, Saliba, I'm sorry. I don't know a 21-year-old centre-back better than him at the moment. At the moment, there's not one better in the league for me that's better than him on current form.
How many 21-year-old centre-backs are there in the league? Let's look at
this guy.
I said in the world, bro. I said in the world, to be fair.
Oh, you said the world. Right,
name me one. Name me one. Name me one then.
I mean, that's a very niche category that you've given. 21 years old centre-back in the world,
okay.
Right? So
name me. You go find me. You go research me one then and find one that's better. And then you come back to me and tell me a centre-half is better at the moment on current form in the Premier League.
I mean,
and we'll leave you in the background. We'll leave you in the background to Google that while I carry on.
Dan's not taking he's not taking no jokes today from you.
we might as well say, listen, I don't know how many centre backs that are 21 years old that film their mates in the change room.
Here he goes again.
Get closer, I can't.
But your new centre back, what's his name?
Agued, he'll be better. I bet he'll be better. Yeah, I'm sure he's better.
Even though you've never probably have you watched him? Have you watched Agued in League One? You watched League One?
Who are you talking to? Me?
You. Because you said Agued was a great player. You didn't even watch him.
He was highly rated in League One. So
yeah, but Saliba, who's higher rated than him, you got no respect for. Same league, same season. And Saliba's what? Saliba's younger because I think Agued's what 23.
Arsenal fans like Potts do. This is what these fans do. They ruin their players because they hype them to the moon. And then they crumble under the weight of expectations. Remember when we had Jack Grealish was the best player that we've ever seen in world football? You know, Theo Walcott, all of these players. Jack
Grealish didn't even play for Arsenal. What are you talking about?
Not Grealish. Wilshere.
Wilshere. Okay.
Fucking some twat named Jack. Yeah, right. We've heard it all. And what happens? The expectation. the hype.
When
It's the same thing the English
Listen.
media do to play English
Okay.
players. It's what you lot do to your players.
Let's leave it until the end of the season, and we'll see where William Saliba's at. He's already got pretty much Defender of the Year 3 years running in France.
Listen,
Let's see what he can do in England.
Ruin him,
At the moment,
put the pressure on him. Put the pressure on him.
Mate, he doesn't feel any pressure, bro. Look at him. He's an absolute mountain.
Listen,
Tobes has seen it now live. Matisse
has
has seen it against Chelsea. Let's see what he does against Scamacca.
I'm trying to help
Scamacca
his
will ruin
career.
it.
I'm trying to take the
Antonio.
eyes off him, the expectation.
Here we go. This is
him.
when Lawless
course you
turns
are.
into an Arsenal fan all of a sudden. Oh,
course you
don't
are.
put too much pressure on my precious boy.
You're
Man,
just
don't
trying to
care
help
about this.
Arsenal, aren't you? Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
good
yeah.
intentions, Lawless.
I'm
Just
trying to
like
help
he was
him.
sticking up for Tottenham the other
But
week.
Potts, he's more than happy to put pressure on his players though when he's.
I
he's
don't
telling
say.
us that
Wait.
they're the bee's knees.
Which one of our players have I said is the best in world football? Which one of our players?
World football. I'm saying that you've got no problems putting pressure on your players by saying some of the nonsense that you say.
I put praise. I never go to the extremes that Arsenal fans
You go to
do about
extremes
their
every
players.
single time.
So you've
You go to
this
extremes
so
every
so
single
far
time.
this season, you never go to extremes, but so far this season, you've said that Areola could be one of the bargains of the season. You've said that Aguerd is a highly rated centre back that hasn't kicked a ball for West Ham. You've said that Paqueta is an unbelievable cameo 20 minutes against Spurs. Yet I can't say that 8 games in, Saliba looks like a world-class talent potentially.
No, you can't.
Come on, man.
There's
And then you have the audacity to try and put Rice and Bowen into a combined 11 when me, Tobes, Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs, all these teams, and you're trying to put Rice and Bowen in
you
there.
didn't even
Yeah,
get
I
one of
can't.
your players.
I can't put.
Hear this one. He tried to pretend there was an argument for Bowen over Kovacic.
Listen.
They don't even play the same position. What? Who?
I knew. I never.
No, Rice.
Listen,
Rice
I
and
never said
Bowen.
that. It was Rice and
ahead of
Kovacic.
Son, ahead of Son and Casemiro and Partey, wasn't it?
No, but you're just throwing random. This is the thing.
Who
with
was it
Totts
then? Who
and
was it then?
Tobes, right?
You tell me then who you tried to put in ahead of him then. Who did you leave out for Bowen and Rice?
No, Bowen. I left out Kulusevski. But I knew you could look at. I knew Bowen was a.
You think Bowen's a better player than Kulusevski?
No, I knew
a better footballer.
Bowen was tongue in cheek when I put him in there because I thought let's just put a bit of Bowen in there.
But Rice wasn't.
Rice wasn't. Rice should have been in
So
there.
when do we take you seriously?
But listen, right? Potts is talking a bag of rubbish. Me saying, "Oh, this player could be one of the bargains of the summer," is the same as Potts saying after 8 games, "This player is world class, best in the world in his position."
I didn't say it's the same. I've given you examples of one of the 5 things you've said this season.
If you said he could potentially become a world class player,
I'll be like,
okay,
the ceiling is massive for this kid.
Anyway, let's not ruin the point. Let him finish his monologue.
Let me finish this, then we can
because they don't get enough praise.
Give him it. Like, Lawless will give him his flowers eventually, man. I'm sure he will. But anyway,
I'm looking out for him. I'm looking out for him.
You've not been impressed so far, so what more does this kid have to do, man?
When I know that he's not going to be ruined by the pressure, then I'll come out and go, cool. You did it. Okay. We did it together, Saliba.
I'm sure that's what he's waiting on. He's waiting for Lawless's stamp of approval that he's under no pressure and he's going to say, yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway, back to the game. So for me, the reasons that I was concerned, Matisse, at the start was one player, Zinchenko. I really like Zinchenko on the ball. But off the ball, positioning wise, I think he lacks a little bit of discipline. And we were starting to see it, as Tobes mentioned, I think it was half-hour mark. They got the penalty. Emerson, Royale and Richarlison were actually finding a lot of space down that side because of Zinchenko. And I was more worried about Perisic and Son. Now, Ben White, by the way, I don't know when we're going to start crediting him for the performances he's putting in because he was superb and he's been playing really well this season. I questioned his ability at right back. I thought, can he play right back long term? He's been fantastic. Absolutely superb. He's very good. Really good.
I remember I used to beef Lee Gunner on literally this show.
Yeah,
and I said to him last season that Ben White has actually been really good for Arsenal, and he said no,
he doesn't like him.
He's been crap. I said no, Lee, I'm being objective here. Like I have no reason to praise this guy that was bought for 50 M's, but he's been good. And to be honest, he shackled Perisic offensively on the weekend. I was actually disappointed in Perisic on the weekend.
Yeah, likewise. I thought he was poor.
He was very poor on the ball. Like in opportunities where he didn't have many, but the 2 or 3 moments where you had the ball and you thought you could do something here, just poor. Poor.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that Kulusevski was missed big time. I think Kulusevski against Zinchenko could have been interesting, more so than Richarlison. I expected Richarlison to play. I didn't think Basuma was going to start. For whatever reason, Conte doesn't seem to rate him. Doesn't seem to rate Basuma. Doesn't seem to think he's ready or what he wants at the moment. Likewise, Jed Spence, we've already mentioned, give Martinelli an absolute torrid time against Forest. Against Forest last season. Didn't see him. I'm surprised we haven't seen him at all yet, really. It's mad for me. Whatever reason, he doesn't think he's ready. So that maybe there's a bit of stubbornness there. When I look at Arsenal's performance, you could hardly pick a man of the match out. Thomas Partey was superb. Salibed was superb. Jesus, great. I thought Xhaka had a really underrated performance. I thought he played really, really well. And Martinelli in that second half, for me, people always say, oh, where did he assist the goal? Where did he score the goal? Sometimes it's about being on the ball and creating stuff before the actual goals or chances happen. This guy was so good, man. So dangerous for me, and really, really delight to watch. Every time he's on the ball, looks like something's going to happen. So really impressed at the moment. Still think we're a bit thin in terms of the squad. It's going to be interesting when we get some injuries. It's going to be interesting when we start playing more than one game a week. What can this Arsenal squad do? I think this Arsenal 11 has proved that it's got something about it this season. And for me, when I look at the next level that we've gone to just with the 3 players that have been brought in, i.e. Zinchenko, Jesus and Saliba, it's encouraging for me, man. So I don't think we're title contenders. I stand by that. I'm happy not to be. I'm happy to just be playing football the way we are at the moment. And as long as everyone keeps saying Arsenal are not title challengers, I'm more than happy, because the minute that they do, trust me, they'll use that against us. Arsenal could have won a league. I was just saying that.
I was just saying that because I was just saying that, and it's why when people keep asking me, I keep saying absolutely no chance, and I'm going to keep doing it because I don't believe they can mount a serious title challenge. And I think people are going to build Arsenal up to be something that they're not, to use that as a stick to beat them with. And for me, if Arsenal were to dare finish in second and maybe third, but mostly second, that would be an incredible season. And people shouldn't, and this is me being so objective, but people shouldn't now start to try and make that seem like it's not that much of an achievement, or Arsenal have bottled it or something like that, which is what will start if they don't win the league, and I don't think they will. But
no. I want the expectation to build. I want the expectation.
I know you do. You're a Tottenham
fan. No. Because when it was us, obviously it's only 8 games now. But if this stretches to Christmas,
but you had more players in their prime when you were going for it. Arsenal
Nope. In our first season, no, we did not have many more players in our prime. Similar situation to Arsenal. We had the youngest average team in the Premier League, and their fans had no sympathy. So I want the same energy. That's my thing. I want the same fucking energy. So if this lasts until Christmas and January, February, they're in the title race. And if they fuck it up, I want them to speak to their team the same way they spoke down on Spurs. Simple as.
Bottle jobs. That's what you'll have to call them.
Yeah. Because that's what they said about Spurs. Finished third in a 2-horse race. Yeah, right? Yeah. A team that went from 5th to challenging for a title, but they didn't give us any credit. Finishing third in a 2-horse race. So yeah. I want the same energy.
Yeah, they're out here talking about hoping Man City drop points and all of this stuff. And they got a lot of chat about, this title situation right now. Maybe not Potts, but there's a lot of them out there that are calling themselves.
Yeah, there are. Fans are excited. They're enjoying watching us at the moment. And there's a few neutral fans I've spoken to that have said, fair play to you, man. You're the best team to watch at the moment. So, of course, if that continues, pressure will come with it. Not just from neutral fans, not just from the fans of, the media. Everybody. They'll be talking about, can Arsenal win this title? For me, no. I don't think we can. I think the league will be wrapped up at the start of April, and if that Haaland stays fit, I'm scared, man. I mean, how good this guy is. He's just ridiculous. So, yeah, I don't think it is that. We were never going for a title at the start of this season. I would have taken Champions League, because that, for me, is something I didn't expect. So, when I look at it right now, I'm going to be demanding more, because your things change, yeah? 8 games in and everyone's dropping points. Yeah. I know things can change quite quickly again.
Let's see how you come out of October with the fixture pile up.
I agree. How you come out of that. It's not just us that's got it, but we have got a very, very difficult October. Sorry, Tobs.
Yeah. No, I was going to say right now, I think it's unfair to sort of put any sort of title expectation on Arsenal. Right now, they're just doing what they can do, right? You can only play what's in front of you. You got to take it game by game. I think it's way too early to reassess like a team's goals at this stage of the season. You got to see how it pans out. I think New Year's, typically like January, once you get past Christmas, that's when you sort of start to try and see.
But we wouldn't expect this Arsenal team to close the deal, even if they were. Do you know what I mean?
What?
Like they're not.
I agree.
Like, they're not going to be able to handle the pressure of Man City chasing them down.
It's so funny how these lot talk out of both sides of their mouth, right? It's too early to put pressure on Arsenal and blah blah blah, but it's not too early to put pressure on Saliba. So when we're talking about Saliba, and I'm saying let's give him the season.
We're talking about two different things.
No, come on. It's too early to put that pressure on him.
Different things. And my point isn't even specific to Arsenal. It's just a general point. Yeah, I think 8 games is too early to sort of say, wow, your season objectives have changed. It's Liverpool now. Liverpool are like 13 points behind Man City now, something like that. But I still don't think their objectives should change just yet. We don't know what can happen. We don't know what can happen over the next couple of months. Granted, they look awful right now, but all of a sudden, you're not just going to say, wow, Liverpool, yeah, they're in a top 4 race now. I think it's too early to say that.
I think it's too early, and I still think it's too early even if we beat Liverpool. Even if we beat Liverpool at home.
I heard you, but it's fine.
I'm just
what did you say? Is it too early for what?
Was it too early to say Son is back?
No. We rarely play well at the Emirates anyway. So
after one hat trick, but
so that's kind of like one of the roundup points I want to make from this fixture, right? We saw the result, we've seen it before. Tottenham did similar to Arsenal, I guess, at their ground last season. 10 men, similar situation, red card. Potts, did this result change anything for you in this team, or was it like business as usual? Because you do expect to beat Tottenham on this occasion, and then there's more. Like what game do we get to where we're like, okay, this is the game where we see something from Arsenal where we're like, oh, we want to see something different, because this is a big game. Is this the moment, or is it the Liverpool one for you? Because Liverpool in awful form. I'd say you man are going into that in the favourites.
Yeah, we are. It's mad though, isn't it? Because if we do beat them, then I think that's the game people might look and go, okay, now they can beat a big team. I don't know.
Because you don't play City till next year. So it's like, what game is it?
Exactly. So what game is it? And this is what I don't get. And, I tongue-in-cheek said it on AFTV, and Tobs replied, we still haven't played a big team. That's what everyone keeps saying. So when do we play a big team then? When is it time to look at Arsenal and go, they've just beat a big team? Because they didn't do it at the weekend. So do we do it against Liverpool? Do we have to just play Man City and everyone else?
Liverpool not informed, so it doesn't count.
Exactly. So who do we play? So is it that Arsenal beat Man City in the new year and they have to win every single game up until that to go, Arsenal actually look all right this season? Because I think that's mad if that's the case. We look all right at the moment, right? We've played 8 games now. It's not been 2 games. We've beaten Palace.
Stop downplaying it. You look really good. It's not all right.
There we go. But when are we allowed to say this? I don't get this.
When is the end of the season? Come on.
Let's
just stop this now. Come on.
Why can't they say they look good right now? I don't understand.
So I'm gonna flip this on you, Lawless. You said that you don't want to see anybody overreacting. It's too early in the season. So surely now you're ready to keep Moyes because you've won 2-0 against Wolves, right? Scamacca scoring.
Listen, I'll get to the situation with that game. I'm not like some people here, where I flip flop after results and everything.
Something else, I swear to God.
What if we're talking about change? Having a difference of opinion after one game. I want to know how Tobes feels about this bet, and if he's still confident that.
I'm not confident. I'll be real with you. I'm not confident. Haaland is scoring at a rate of like 2 different goals per game. Like, he's
going to score more than 38 goals. I said it.
I didn't even make that bet to shit on Haaland. I made that bet just because you were just.
But you only just about closed it. Me and Potts had to convince you to make that bet. Me and Potts should have took that bet off you and made it ourselves.
That was so close to you.
It's a lovely bet.
I'm not a gambling man. Like, I don't gamble.
Bro, you didn't have to.
I've seen you pay a whole heap of people on your channel to do challenges. We talking about gambling.
I got hooked into those. The
only thing that was
eat this spicy chicken wing.
If he gets injured long term, you are screwed. But that'll be it, because Son will score goals, man. He will. I know he's been poor.
He will score goals, but
Haaland stays fit, and you're fine.
Tobes the front to fucking make that bet and to think that Son is going to get close to Haaland.
No, you said 10 goals. I said I think you can get less than 10. So my thinking is, if Haaland can get maybe like 29, Son can get like 22. Why can't I think that? Why is that so mad? if Haaland gets
considering
26, Son gets
Haaland's not going to get 26 though, is he?
That's what I'm saying.
Like
That's what I'm saying.
36.
Yeah,
He's scoring like 2-3 per game. So my bet is done.
he
My bet
has
is
what,
finished.
11 more goals than Son right now, didn't he? 10, 11 more goals than Son, as things stand.
I don't even know, but it's looking crazy,
looking
man.
peak,
Like,
bro.
Not looking good.
Like
for
you
Tobs,
would,
mate. I was gonna
you
say,
actually wouldn't bet on Haaland to get one goal in a game. You feel like you would be putting a smart bet on. You need to go minimum 2. That's how he's playing.
Tobs, how about this? Like, because look, I don't want you to be stressing all season, looking at the results, looking at the
I'm not
scores,
going to be
all of that.
stressing.
Why don't you just pay up now?
Not that deep.
I'm just saying, you could just pay up now, and then you haven't got the stress.
Might as well just pay now.
You know what I mean?
Because
then you ain't
I think he'd rather make you wait, wouldn't he?
just free yourself from the burden of this bet, and just pay up now, and then you can go. Okay, I could just enjoy.
Do you know what's really funny that I love about Lawless is that it doesn't actually matter to him if a West Ham lose or win. He's like this all the time. Like this personality doesn't change. Like his personality doesn't change whether West Ham win or lose, man. I'd love to be like that, man. I tell you this now.
Bro. It's because he doesn't really care about West Ham.
It's because West Ham never have ever like done anything. He's used to doing this.
West Ham are bottom feeders.
He's more interested in Son or Saliba or all these stuff he comes out with.
Sorry, I'm more interested about Son and Saliba in the Arsenal versus Spurs section. Shock, horror. Like, obviously, I've got something saying the Arsenal versus Spurs section.
You bring it up enough.
But listen, like, we're going to talk about West Ham. I don't change my feelings and thoughts and opinions, like I said, like the weather, like some people. I'm consistent. That's the thing with me. That's what you get. It's consistent.
Who changes? Is that thinking me or Tobs?
Quite consistent.
I feel like you both do it. I feel like you both do it. I feel like
me and Tobs do.
Yeah. I feel like you are. I want last season's pot.
This guy, man.
I'm still thinking about the comments from last week's show where he was on this name on Messi thing.
Don't even bring that up, man.
Sorry.
So you want me to be 8 games in and you want me to be Arteta out ranting and raving and saying we're useless? Well, I tell you what,
bring him back.
I'm not. You miss. I bet you do miss that.
Come on, man.
But anyway, let's get into West Ham. Go on, because Scamacca scored a brilliant goal. Bowen with a wonderful goal as well. It's not like as if it was just a tap in. Like he actually fully, showed the composure, the nous to control it and put it in the back of the net as a really astute finish. And you beat a Wolves team that I guess they're quite struggling in front of goal, aren't they? Diego Costa comes on, kind of shows the situation they're in. Then they sack their manager. You got a man sacked. Are you proud of yourself? How are you feeling?
Proud, man. I'm proud. Like, listen, we've freed him from that club. We've freed him from Wolverhampton. He can go to a much nicer place in the world than Wolverhampton, where the weather's a bit nicer and the food's a bit better. No, you know what? I've been to Wolves. It's not so bad, actually. I've been there a few times. But, like, really and truly, look, the big things for me is Scamacca he's got his first Premier League goal. Obviously, he's been scoring in Europe. And he's just showed there the player that we've signed, the player that we've bought, the player that I said he could be, and it's just a massive upgrade.
The player that you wanted after Amanda Broya.
Listen, I'm kind of glad now, isn't it? It's looking like I wanted Broya, but boy, it's looking like we won it. He looks like
speaking about keeping things consistent, Lawless.
No, listen, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Yeah, I wanted Broya. More than Scamacca.
Yeah,
I wanted Broya over Scamacca. I was wrong. I'm saying that here. I was wrong. Chelsea done us a favor. Well done, Bowley and Tuchel. Thank you. Okay. Where is Broya now? Where is he? What's he doing? That's Scamacca now. He's acclimatizing to the Premier League, and the fact that we haven't been good, and even like I said, we weren't great on Saturday by any means, as stretch of the imagination. But it weren't just the finish. And I said this on Twitter. It was the pass and move, the vision that he has, and to be able to make that strike, unbelievable. Bowen, he improved. I've been on his case big time. Hopefully that finish now, he can start to get back to where he was last season, because he's been poor, and I was outraged that he was in the team Saturday, to be honest with you. Him and Souček, I was outraged. I could not believe that they were still in the lineup. And Moyes, like I said, if we'd have lost that game, people would have been on his neck.
Don't you think though, Lawless, that now he's finally playing the three players that he signed, Cornet, Scamacca, and Paqueta, all of a sudden you look better going forward because the likes of Antonio and Fornals are no longer stinking out the place.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I still don't understand his subs because he did, as soon as Cornet got injured, he brings Fornals on instead of Ben Rama. His treatment of Ben Rama does my head in. Honestly, I do not understand it. The guy has been one of our best players all season. And, you know, your first instinct, let me bring on Fornals. The approach, look, we won, but it was still too negative, I thought, Moyes' setup. And he's talking about, oh, we've got this adjustment period. You know, we're changing how we play. All of this stuff. I'm not seeing any changes. You brought these players in. Let's start to see some progression. If we start to see like a more progressive style of football and we drop points, you can see, okay, we're adjusting to this new style of play. But throwing these players into a negative system, I still worry. Like, and that's the thing. I could easily get carried away and go, look, we've won. Now we're kicking on, blah, blah, blah. I need to see this consistently because Wolves are poor, like Matisse said, in front of goal. Costa actually caused a bit of threat here and there, but ultimately toothless. But I feel like if we play like that against other teams, you know, we could be in for some trouble. But he did play Kerr at right back, which I wanted. He's definitely looking to be a quality signing, like signing the season so far. For us, before anyone jumps down my neck, signing off the season for West Ham, because I know these two down at the bottom are going to go, do you remember when you said Kerr was the signing of the season, even though Man City signed Haaland? So I just want to get that out there. Kerr, yeah, loving
so what does this do for Moyes now? You off of his case now? You can breathe easy.
I'm still looking at him, you know what I mean, with side eye, you know what I mean? I'm still looking at him funny because Wolves, like I said, they've really struggled to score goals. Yes, Bowen looks like he could be back on form. But again, in one game, don't change things. Scamacca, he finally started him in the Prem. So hopefully now, Scamacca, that's his position. And he's starting week in, week out. And we can start getting back on the goals. Paqueta is looking to be like that quality player that I said he would be after his Spurs cameo. Yeah, when people wanted to deny and doubt, I said he's going to show his quality, and he's been showing his quality. More time, he's gonna show what he can
start against Wolves. Paqueta.
Yeah, he played. Yeah, he did. Okay. And he looked good, and he was quality. He was good. He was good that game.
Not too early to see that Paqueta's got quality.
No, I never said we can't say Salibed's got quality. Or should I say, Paqueta is the best player at his age in the world that was born on the month of May.
If you think that,
born in May at his age in the world. I want to do a Potts, but
born in May.
Yeah, if I want to do a Potts, but he's showing glimpses of quality, and the fact that he's doing it when we're not playing possession-based football. I think we still conceded quite a bit of possession. I know Wolves passed it around the back of their own half for most of the game, but yeah, there's still things I'm not liking. Souček got a lot of praise on the weekend, and he was absolutely solid defensively. Still not seeing it offensively going forward, and it's just this shows you the short-sightedness of some fans is that they can just look at it and say, "Oh, what that tackle he put in," and you know, look at that, you know, how much pressure he put on their attackers and the way he broke up play, all of that stuff. But we're still not looking at the progressing the ball and the passing and things like that. So we can't just sit there and say, "Oh yeah, Souček's come good," because what do we want? What do we want out of Souček? I want Rice to be our defensive midfielder. Rice is the guy to be the defensive midfielder. Why would we need two defensive midfielders? You know, that's the problem. But Moyes don't see it. And Moyes is going to look at that and go, "Oh, well done for that tackle," and not going to change things. I wanted either Paqueta there, or Fornals there, or Downs, Flynn Downs. Can we see this guy, please? What is going on? So I'm not ready to give Moyes a complete break yet. He could turn things around. He could get this team cooking.
Yeah.
but I just need to see a bit more progress.
Got Fulham next year.
Yeah, Fulham next, which is not
And
going to
they've
be
got
an easy.
injuries, man. They've got like 4 injuries.
Yeah, that's the
Mitrovic.
thing. If Mitrovic is missing, that's good. Obviously,
Yeah,
they
he's
have
out.
a red card. I think it was one of their Chelsea loanees.
Chalobah, yeah.
Chalobah, yeah. Well, not a loanee.
I don't think he's a
permanent.
loanee anymore. I think he's
No,
still
he-
there,
I
isn't he?
thought you loaned him because they just
No.
loan everyone out, didn't they?
Nah, it's not Trevor
He's
Chalobah. It's Nathan,
he's been
Nathaniel.
out of Chelsea's system for a good 5-6 years now.
You're thinking of the other Chalobah, man.
Yeah,
his
fair
You're
brother.
enough.
thinking of
fair
Trevor. That's his brother. They shot themselves in the foot at the weekend with 8 minutes in,
Yeah, big
allowing
time.
themselves to just be destroyed like that by Newcastle. I don't know if anyone saw the Almiron goal, the second goal. Oh
Yeah,
my
bro.
God, Jesus Christ, that was audacious. Jack
it
Grealish
was.
should mind how he speaks to Almiron in the future because that was a very, very audacious strike.
You
Should
know
you-
what, though? If we win
Yeah.
that game,
Yeah, I was
and
going to
then
ask, should you go on a run now?
yeah, but
What's
that's
your
what,
fixtures
that's what
looking
I'm
like?
saying. Things can suddenly look very different. I don't know who Spurs have got next, but obviously we've covered some distance with them losing and us winning.
I knew
So
you were
who
going to
knows?
be very shameless and say that.
Oh, mate. No, I'm just saying, like all the chat certain people had. Imagine how different things could look.
Do you not
And
think
then-
you need to do a little bit more before you can talk to Tottenham?
I'm not talking yet, am I? I'm saying
You
if.
are.
I'm saying, I'm saying I could be talking.
You've played worse football. You scored less goals. You've won less games.
Wait,
You're
all right,
still-
listen. Don't sit here about the worst football because you've been
No,
just
I
crying about
said
shit
you're.
football.
No. I didn't say you've played the worst football. I said in comparison to Spurs, you've played worse.
Yeah.
You scored less.
But you've been
conceded
playing
more.
shit football as
Every
well.
single negative attribute you can put towards a football club, you have done that worse than we have.
You spent
All right,
more.
let me channel. Let
And
me
you spent
channel
more money
you.
as well. Stop. Keep on, like in the words of Will Smith. Keep
I love
my
this.
club's
I love it.
name
Absolutely
out
love this.
your fucking mouth. Keep out your mouth because you are a struggler. Your team, they're strugglers right now. Until you can even get back into the top 6, let alone the top 4, you should really not have chat for Spurs. You shouldn't. I'm sorry. You
Of
just
course, I
can't.
should have chat because you sat
Can't.
there and said about your team, "Oh, you can't expect that
think you mean
Son's going to be
top
this
10 he needs
bad
to get
and
back
this
into
player is
first.
going to be this bad."
It's
So
October,
why-
Lawless. It's October.
They're
And he's got
15th.
3 goals in 8. He's been shit, and he's got 3 goals in 8 appearances. That's almost 1 in 2. That's literally 1 goal off 1 in 2.
But what I'm
And
saying
he's
is,
been pants.
you
So
sat
what are you
there
talking
and-
about
No, but
here?
Wait a
What
minute.
are you talking about here?
You said that when he had no goals, but you said this player, you can't expect us to be this bad for the rest of the season. You can't expect this player's going to get better.
It's
The
October.
new signings
Exactly.
are going to come through.
Exactly. We're in October.
Okay.
It's 8 games played. There's still 30 more games left. If
So,
Spurs are still playing this way, come Christmas time, you're vindicated. You're
Okay,
vindicated.
but you're writing us off after 8 games. This is what I'm saying.
Where have I
the
written you off?
hypocrisy.
Well, no. I've not written you off anything. The only thing I've maintained.
Less goals.
The only
less
thing,
this,
the only thing
less
I've, the only thing I've maintained this season, and I maintained that before a ball was kicked, was that Man United are going to finish above you. That's all I've said. What
No,
else
I'm
have I
just
said
saying
about
what you
West
just
Ham?
said here.
That's pigeonholed you. What else have I said?
All I'm saying is, listen.
No. I want you
didn't-
to answer my question. What else have I said about West Ham?
You
That's
literally
so
just
grossly
sat there and
inaccurate?
said how we're playing worse football, scored less goals.
Then Spurs, yes, you have. Then
Okay.
Spurs, yes, you have.
But we still got 30 games to go. We still got
Yeah,
30
but we're talking
games
about
to
right
go.
now. We're talking about right now. And I'm saying right now, you of all people can't have chat for Spurs. You
I'm
can't.
not, but I didn't have chat for Spurs.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
said,
You have chat for us every single episode.
well, of course I'm gonna have chat for. Listen, it's
Yeah,
London
of course,
Club.
listen,
We're
you
London
can
Club.
listen. And you know what it is? It's football, right? It's football. It's very tribal. So you can get at us, yeah. But the self-awareness is in the pits of hell because
How dare you?
The thing is, no, it's in the pits of hell because fair enough, you want to get at Spurs, you're entitled to your own opinion, but you talk as if West Ham are performing better than Spurs. And
Whoa.
it's like,
I never said that.
no, but-
Listen to
yeah,
what
you never
I
said it, but I'm saying the way you speak, you would think that West Ham are flying.
These are the words that I used. I said, like, I'm not saying right now. I said,
Self-awareness is
look,
in the pits of hell.
I said, if we win our next 2 games, potentially go on a run, things could be looking very different come the end of October. And then you're going to hear from me. And then I've just sat here and said, I'm not convinced by West Ham yet, even though we won 2-0 clean sheet, 2 goals, world-class goals, all of that stuff, right? I said I'm not convinced yet. However, what I did say, we've got some winnable games coming up. And I've said that things could be looking very different come the end of October. You've just lost North London Derby. Psychologically, who knows how that's going to affect you? You got battered, right? Who knows? You could go on a losing run, or you could bounce back. These next couple of games are very crucial. I'm just saying, the way that you had all of this talk about us being this, that, and the other, and how much far ahead you are, and we're not going to do this, the gap could close significantly over the next few games. That's how much things could change.
You're making some of the stuff you're saying. I've not even said. Like, I've not even compared you to Spurs, because I've always felt that Spurs and West Ham are not going to be competing for the same things this season. So why would I compare you to us if I believe that we're going to finish above you? And the second,
Lawless,
sorry.
Lawless, who are you competing with this season, in your opinion, mate? Who are your compares this season?
Well, I already told you we're trying to obviously get into Europe, so it'll be
Brighton,
Man United,
Newcastle,
Brighton at the moment. Yeah, if they can keep it, they haven't shown historically that they can keep that pace. I'll be very surprised if they do, but let's say Brighton for now, because they're above us anyway, so they've got head start. Newcastle potentially. I don't know any of them other clubs.
So basically, City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So, like, what you think that you're going for like 7th and 8th fight with the Newcastles, Brightons, and those kind of teams?
7th and 6th is our objective. 7th, 6th is our objective. Yeah.
Okay.
Again,
Man United are going to finish below you.
I just want Tobs' face.
It's good. That wasn't even my fault. That was Potts, because Potts paused. He paused and he just
said nothing.
Hold the phone.
He was like, "All right."
All right, but it's okay for Tobs.
Lawless, that wasn't even me. That's all Potts. I'm sorry.
I know, but something that you said, yeah, because Potts didn't have nothing to say when you said this, yeah. Now he's got something to say. Tobs said earlier that Liverpool's objectives should not change at this point in the season, 8 games in, just because they've had a bad run.
I agree.
Yeah, that's what you said. So our objectives should not change at this point in the season.
It was just funny. It was just a funny moment.
I literally agree.
Okay.
That's what we're discussing.
That's okay. There you go.
I don't think we... I'm not saying anything. I'm just thinking the objectives are quite funny, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Why?
But yeah, you go for it. You go for it. No, it's not funny at all. No, nobody laugh. Nobody laugh. It's not funny. Nobody laugh.
Tell me. Come on, Tobs. Come on, Potts. Come on, Potts.
You're not finishing 6th, bro.
Tobs-ish today.
Bro, you're not finishing 6th, man. You can click
I
yourself
told him
if
this,
you
and
want.
he told me I was waffling.
But hold up. What was your objective last season, Potts? What was your objective? Okay, where did you get last season?
5th.
Okay, so our objective last season, 7th, 6th. Where did we finish? 7th. A couple of points outside of 6th. So you're telling me it's ridiculous to say our objective this season is 7th or 6th.
A couple of points, he says. You finished like 13 points behind Arsenal.
No, we finished 2 points outside of 6th.
Oh, I was about to say, I thought you were talking to Arsenal.
This season.
Oh, you finished.
Yeah, I thought you was as well. I was like, hang on.
Yeah,
Arsenal.
I was thinking, what?
No. We finished. What I'm saying is our objective was 6th, 7th last season. We finished 2 points off of 6th. So why is it so crazy that our objective is the same this season? You said that it's hilarious because we're not finished above Man United. Your objective was 4th. You didn't achieve that objective. Right. You were further from your objective than we were
last season.
6th.
Bro, what are we talking about last season?
Because that's
8 games in. West Ham have won 2 games.
But this is what. So why should we? This is what I'm saying. Why should we, as Tobs said, change our objectives?
I didn't say you should change your objectives. I just said your objective was quite funny.
But why? No, but wait. So our objective.
Because I don't think you're going to get 6th. That's my opinion. Your opinion is you're going to get 6th. Stick with it. Don't change it. That's calm.
So I don't think you're going to get 6th either. But
then we judge ourselves against.
Matisse just froze that in there.
Well, I didn't even hear what he said.
I don't think you're going to get 6th either. He says, listen, nobody thinks you're going to get 6th ahead of Man United. Man United don't even look that great, but they still, for me, this season have looked better than West Ham.
Yeah, but our objectives aren't based on what Potts thinks we're going to do this season.
I just think
Lucky for you, they're not. Lucky for you, they're not, man.
I just
No,
think
that's not lucky for us because
I just think you're having. I'm not. Listen, you've definitely responded better than the Leicester in the transfer window. You've had the third highest spend. You brought in some quality players, but I do feel like you have had a Leicester moment where you've overachieved and you've hit very high finishing positions, and you think that that's going to be sustainable over a longer period of time. And I think you're in for a shock.
I think that's lazy. To say
no, I don't think it is. I think unless you switch manager and you bring in a manager that can compete with the top 6 clubs, I don't think you're. To be fair,
Moyes has actually competed with the top 6 clubs over the last 2 years.
He has, but I'm saying that as like Leicester, they had their 2-3 years stint as well. I don't think West Ham will be able to sustain that consistently.
No, but this is the thing. This is the first time Moyes, and I'm going to defend him, has had that significant spend. Let's see how his signings progress. He slow burns with Scamacca. That was like, now he's finally starting a Premier League game. He's showing what he can do. Paqueta's getting more game time. Cornet unfortunately got injured, but he started. So Guedes going to come back. So we can't just look at West Ham as they are.
I look forward to seeing
and say that how we're going to be for the
I
rest
can't
of
wait
the
to see this Aguerd. I tell you,
it's Aguerd, brother. Better be
listen,
fucking good. That's all I have to say. Aguerd better be something special.
I'm going to watch his first 8 games and I'm going to compare them to Saliba. That's what I'm going to do. Listen, I still think West Ham. I still think West Ham will come 8th, bro. I think you'll finish below Newcastle and United.
Oh my God, you wank off Newcastle.
When have I wanked off Newcastle?
Every season.
He's so angry.
I wish Arsenal had
he's
Eddie
rattled.
Howe.
He's so rattled because his team aren't going to come 6th.
I can't believe we're not going to get to talk Chelsea before I need to bust out, man.
Oh shit! Yeah, we didn't even get to talk Chelsea.
Oh, that was nice. Nice work, Matisse.
Last 3-4 minutes, yeah.
You knew what you was doing.
Let's not talk about the game.
I honestly didn't. I forgot.
Let's not talk about the game because let's be real. No, to be honest,
it wasn't that exciting. It didn't deserve to go last.
It wasn't that great a game, but
no.
Say it.
What?
Fucking say it. Don't say what. Say it.
I want you to tell me what you're talking about. I don't
say
know.
It. You know exactly.
You have so many agendas against Chelsea.
To get a red card. Say that he fucking deserves to get a red card. Say it.
Wow. That was when you know. That's when you know.
That's when you know. You got cheated. Oh, there was all these
blatant.
No, it was bad. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I would have expected a red card if it was against us.
Thank you.
He literally tried to manhandle the ball or whatever. Do you know what I mean? He tried to claw his way, but it was sliding away because I think if he had just dragged him down, he would have got immediately sent off. But because he was on the floor and he tried to say that he was fouled and then claw for the ball afterwards or something, like as if he was the one impeded, then he kind of. The only thing that I think is interesting is whether I need to watch it back, but whether or not there would have been cover to get there in time to close off IU. Maybe he's thinking he's not technically the last defender where it's just impossible to recover. But that's the only reason I can think why he hasn't sent him off.
There's no even point even talking about reasons. There's not even a point talking about reasons.
You love a good refereeing conversation, so let me not get into that. You know what I'm saying? When West Ham ever have a decision that's going for or wrongly against them, you've got a whole bloody Bible as to why it's gone
it's
against
the
you.
Same situation that you did to us. You robbed us. And now you've robbed Palace. You tried to say, "Oh, well,
Palace was a proper robbery because that last-minute winner as well. That was peak. I can't lie.
What a goal, by the way! What
goal from Gallagher? Some unbelievable strike, and Aubameyang's swivel as well was incredible. Yeah,
Aubameyang's goal was class.
Yeah, that was so class as well.
Veteran, yeah, it was experienced. It was unbelievable. So yeah, but to be honest, we take it and we move. We closed the show on that. We got our own demons to fight, but it's earlier on in the managerial process, I guess. So I'm not gonna be.
There's a process.
Yeah, there's always a process. Usually the process is win immediately, but we have to change the rules in this one. Lawless, let them know where to find you, bro. It's been a pleasure as always.
Yes, at the Lawless on Twitter. I do. I have Instagram. I don't use it so much. Dan Lawless WHF TV. But yeah, obviously West Ham Fan TV. Got to watch along for the who are we playing on Thursday?
Who are you playing? Yeah, who are you playing?
Who are we playing? Real quick. Come on. We're playing
this. He doesn't even know he's playing next.
We're playing. Who the fuck? Wow. Who are we playing?
The historic Europa Conference League. He doesn't even have a Scooby who they're playing on Thursday.
We're playing, I'll tell you, Anderlecht.
Good team.
Anderlecht.
Why did you struggle to say Anderlecht?
Anderlecht. No, I struggled. I forgot. I didn't realize who we were playing because it's been a long time since we played in the Europa.
Been a
League.
long
Team
time,
Tielemans and Vincent Company came from. Very well known team. And Lukaku.
Yeah.
very well. done.
Remembers
So you ain't got no laugh, yeah?
Zyborg FC and remembers
It's a
the
joke.
Wi-Fi passwords. Can't remember Anderlecht. though.
Where's your jokes? Anderlecht.
No, there's
Say
no
it.
jokes on that one. And they're a good
That's
team.
what I thought.
Yeah, okay.
Good side.
There you
Really
go.
doing clout chase.
Watch along
He's
Thursday.
trying to clout chase over the teams he
You're
has.
not clout chasing, but you had a lot of laughter.
You
The
are
The
really
mighty
are
West Ham face Anderlecht.
You're
Well
really
done.
something special. You're lucky I need to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tobes,
I
let us know where to
really-
find you, bro. Pleasure.
TapinTobs and all
Watch
social.
along Thursday.
TapinTobs.
Come see us. beat
Congratulations on 10K, by the way. Yeah,
Thank
man,
you.
well done,
massive
Tobs.
congrats. It's been brilliant to see. It looks
Cheers,
lovely.
cheers.
As I always say to people when they hit 10K, it looks nice.
Cheers.
Potts, let them know where to find you, bro. Sorry for the delay.
Nice one. Nice, calm, man. At Football's 12th Man podcast on YouTube, at Dan Arsenal 87 on Insta and Twitter. Get over there, hit subscribe for me, and get me up to 6K. I'm nearly at now. So come on, people, come and help
There
me.
you go.
Cheers,
Guys.
top man.
Make it happen. Go subscribe to all the channels. As always, it's been a pleasure. Great show as always. TapinTobs on 10K. Looks lovely. Get Potts to 10K as well soon. And yeah, big up your damn selves. Smash up the icons in a bit, people. Peace.